Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever.
Ah,
I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, how is you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. One of my many men this season have went home, so
Hey,
I'm
Fessy.
actually feeling bad. I'm actually feeling bad.
Terrible. Hated the
Terrible
episode.
actually.
Hated the episode. Hated the outcome. Hated the ending. Hated the beginning. I didn't like who won the challenge.
I'm just aren't we? I'm just over the team up on the rookies.
I
Like
didn't
I've
like
always
the
been
extra
over it.
commentary from Annalise and Tommy. So sad.
Yeah, Annalise and Tommy got way too much screen time. I understand they had a big decision this episode, but we didn't have to see them that damn much at all.
We actually didn't have to see them at all.
At all, actually.
Until the decision. Even then, we didn't have to see him. We could have just skipped. Yeah. So we started off this motherfucking episode, and Jordan Daddy Ass pulls up. If you don't recall last episode when I saw Jordan pull up, I just want to remind y'all Jordan is my man. Not yours, not Naya's, not Tori's, but mine. I'm so sorry. I didn't say it. So I just wanted to let y'all know that before we get started. So Jordan pulls up, and he has a diary room, and he's like, I've played 6 seasons and been to 4 finals. Now I didn't know that.
A man, a consistent king. He's been eating ever since he came on the challenge. Really, like he hit the ball.
And he can eat my ass ever since he got. On.
Oh my god! But no, Jordan is definitely one of them rookies who he earned respect immediately. Like it was nothing. Okay, like y'all put some respect on Jordan's name. No, Jordan really came in a veteran. That's the guy.
No, dead ass. It was so quick from what I recall. But hey, we move. We get a Fessy diary room, and Fessy is essentially scared of Jordan. He has a diary room about how Jordan is a big threat, and I'm scared of big threats.
And now that we got more into the team, because I don't know all of the who was with who didn't hooked up with where, who didn't did what with who. So we find out later in the episode that apparently after Tori and Jordan broke up, she got on the next challenge and she fucked around with Fessy. So I guess that was
fucked around with Fessy.
Very much so. And so I guess that was MTV trying to be messy, have Fessy come in and talk a little bit, what's his opinion on the situation. He ain't got nothing to do with this. MTV is so messy. They are so messy.
And Jordan will always be up. I'm sorry. I'm Team Jordan. I don't know. So
you Team Jordan? I feel like I'm Team both of them. I have 2 holes. Why not?
They're going to cancel this podcast. Okay, so oh my god, Anissa can't say it. I definitely have a different word for her.
Yeah.
And I can't say it.
Anissa is back. Anissa is back for the upteenth time. Anissa, baby, it's time to either get on All Stars on Miss Paramount. I don't know. I just think. I mean, Anissa's just not winning, right? Like it's just I just I just don't think she's winning, and it's just like Anissa, baby.
Hang it up, babe. Please, quick. No, fast. Okay, so Anissa comes in. Oh, I almost said something. She is Tori's best friend.
Besties. Don't they host like the official the challenge after show podcast together.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Anissa, no shade. Anissa breaks down her and Jordan's friendship, how they became friends, how she was besties with Tori. So of course, her and Jordan have had deep conversations and whoop, and allegedly they are ride or die. Allegedly, it seems like Tori should be her ride or die.
I mean, I don't like I said, some of these ride or die, like especially the ones who kind of played together, like the Darrell and Veronica, and I feel like Anissa and Jordan is giving their ride or dies because they played together for a long time. She says she's known him for almost 10 years, and they met, won the challenge. I don't really keep up with the post game shit, so they could be bestie esties and DMing and every damn day, but I mean. Ride or die are colleagues, let's be honest.
Peers.
So he basically says again, like he's here to help her win too. So it's like, girl, the girls are Johnny, Jordan, they are working. This is a business trip for them. Okay.
This is a job. They're doing what's it called?
A 9 to 5.
This is their charity for the year.
They will be getting a tax write-off. Help Nany, help Anissa win the game.
So Tori has a DR, and she says that it's very, very complicated with Jordan walking in the game because
Mhm.
they are exes. Tori was very, very invested in that relationship. So it's just very, very
And MTV, they are so like they are just so nasty for this because like
messy.
they literally had married couples come back as exes around the show. I think Melissa and Brad.
Mm.
They were so cute. When I went back on my rewatch, I saw them kind of like first getting together, and they got married, and then they got divorced, and they brought them back for an exes season, I believe, it was the exes arrival, something. And it's like, how you gonna bring back a whole married couple? They
Messy as
so
fuck.
nasty.
And they've been messy forever. So Jordan has a DR, and he talks about the relationship with him and Tori. He says it was like 3 years of them being in the honeymoon phase. They were madly in love. It was just so much positivity. And then the last 6 months, randomly, it was just. He said it wasn't negative. It was just gray. It was just dull. And he says the toughest part about playing this challenge is having to see Tori. And I mean, I can understand me. Like that's the thing. I understand Tori, Jordan, even Raven, and how she was feeling this episode because me, if I have a man in the house who either I was prior man's with, today man's with, or yesterday's man's with, all my feelings are going to be coming the fuck out. Like I'm going to be crying at the bar, at the designated argument area. So
Mhm.
there's that. We go back to the house, and sadly, we get an Annalise and Tommy diary room. They talk about how allegedly, because they're big brother, people might be worried about them. Who cares? After
Mhm.
that, we get Daddy
Well,
Horatio.
it's like I'm first of all,
See how zoom
ain't
past.
nobody worried about Tommy and Annalise. Say
Like, please be serious.
they say like like Big Brother players they have a stigma in the challenge house. You know, we're known for being sneaky and manipulative, and they definitely earned that towards the end of this episode. But I just feel like that didn't apply to y'all.
Be serious.
They,
How you feel?
I think they meant the actual players. No shade.
I'll say, honestly, like, that's at you. Tommy, Annalise. Anyways, we get Daddy Horatio having a DR. And Daddy Horatio reminds us that he's the one who took out Turbo.
Mhm.
He lets us know that he's that girl,
He's that
that
girl.
daddy, that man.
And it sucks because it's like, you know, they
And
come
I
with
could
the
suck it too.
bull. Ooh. It sucks because they come with the logic every season. It's like you have to prove yourself, you have to earn your stripes, whoop de whoop de fucking woo. And then it's like you have Horatio, someone that's beasting through, and
He could be through me.
they still are getting thrown in for being rookies. It's like,
He could throw
I
me
mean,
in.
what's the point?
And he could point something at me. I don't know. Okay, so Jordan and Johnny have a conversation because Jordan just walked in. Johnny is the kingpin of the house. And so Johnny gives him the rundown.
Mind you, none of these rookies even like each other like that for real. They only stick together because they're fucking veterans. None of the veterans like each other like that for real. They only stick together because they're veterans.
So Johnny tells Jordan the same shit he told Devin or something. He was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here, babe. We need to work together. And so what we're gonna do is we need to make sure that Jay, Michelle, Horatio, and Olivia, and Johnny and Raven are split up.
The big three.
They don't need a big speech. They literally don't need a big speech because
They're iconic. They're all iconic.
Johnny's running his flappers about them every fucking second of the day.
Bananas is pressed. Bananas is real pressed.
They mad.
They have the shit scared and panicking, no shade. Because that's the thing.
They're
like
running around.
This is the first. Like these rookies are really running circles with them in these challenges. Like it's real bad, and they see it, and they're scared as they should be.
Sure. So Johnny also mentions in this conversation to Jordan that right now Nelson and Fessy are not a problem, but we gonna keep our eye on.
Mm-hmm. And it just goes to show, like, no matter how long you think you've been in the veterans pool, bitch.
You ain't never in the veterans pool. You're not old.
You're not the main girl.
You might be a veteran, but you're not old.
You're not old.
Johnny and Anissa and Nany. So as they're speaking on Fessy's name,
no, because I honestly feel like Nelson thought, oh, Corey's not here no more. He like his little crew, Corey. What was that other the little white dude? What was his name? That was like a trio. It was him, Nelson, and the dude from Are You the One, the little country white dude from Are You the One. You don't remember him?
I do know who you're talking about. What was his name?
I can't remember his name, but that was a little trio, and they was hella
Ashley took the money from him.
Yep.
What's his name? That man, y'all know who the fuck
y'all know who
Ashley took the money from.
But they were like the anti-vet trio, and I think Nelson thought, you still a part of that. That's the thing. I just don't understand how someone like Nelson, you know, he now starts sucking the ass of veterans when they have been trying to get you out season after season when you was with Corey and them. Like,
Yeah.
Don't forget the roots, babe. I will say, like I said, most of them don't even play no more. So it's like, well,
they got lives. No shade to Johnny.
Ooh.
No shade to Nany.
No, I feel like I can't even
No shade.
I can't even dunk on them being on here so old because, like I said, I feel like they definitely are getting a check for it. Like Bananas is getting paid. Bananas is getting CEO checks. I feel like Burnham Murray on him, himself is on the goddamn checks that Bananas is getting.
That's true. Maybe Bananas should get a job. Oh, Fessy has his.
I'm telling you, this is the job.
That's embarrassing. You're old. I'm sorry. At least be the host. Maybe.
He'll be the Bananas will be a cute host.
TJ is younger than him. Unfortunately.
Is he?
It looks like it.
I don't think so. Can't be. That would be hilarious if he was.
Think about it when TJ was hosting Johnny.
No. When they first came, Johnny looked really young, but TJ looked really young too. I'm pretty sure TJ is older than Johnny Bananas though.
Now I want to get into it. Give me one quick thing.
I will say they both look the same age, but some people just age like milk.
TJ Lavin is 45.
Okay.
Johnny Bananas age. Bananas is such a long word to type. 40. Ooh, 5 years off. Babe, they could be brothers.
Happy and they're singing and we're close.
So Fessy has his diary room and he lets us know that the people he's closest to is Nelson and Narice, through Nelson, of course, and Casey and Kenny, through Casey, of course. Mm-hmm. And that makes sense. Good for him.
Very simple, very ABC. We love to see it.
Duh, I could have guessed that. Right. Anyways, after this, we get a conversation between Johnny, Raven, and Narice. The throuple. Well, it's not a throuple. But, the love triangle.
It's a triangle.
It's a love triangle. That's what I meant. It's a triangle because
it's X on the beach.
Raven wants Johnny. Johnny wants Narice. It's a triangle.
And Narice wants Johnny.
And Narice wants Johnny. It's a triangle.
A triangle has to connect, babe. It has to connect.
It doesn't have to connect.
Yeah, a triangle has to connect. It does. That's the point of love.
Narice has to want.
Someone has to want Raven.
And
nobody wants Raven.
It was no shade because Raven's my girl for real. Let's get into this. So they are having a discussion about essentially Raven and Johnny wanting to not have this situation come in between them too much. And we get a DR from Raven. Shout out to Raven. I really, really love Raven. Honestly.
I do like Raven too. And Johnny been playing in my sister face this whole season. Like we
playing in her fucking face. Like, please be serious.
Well, whole season. It's been 3 episodes.
It's annoying because I would love for Raven to come back. She was one of the best competitors, including next to Nany and Laurel and Anissa. She's one of the best competitors.
Well, you just named two.
I'm just saying they're the vets. But Raven's one of the best competitors. Female competitors this season. Ooh, female just sounds so weird. Woman competitors this season, and I would love for her to come back, but I feel like this kind of gave her a bad taste. Mm-hmm. So hopefully she's able to just be like.
And this was really a whole ass storyline. The fact that all 3 of them talking, Johnny got to get his women together. I mean, he can get me together. I would have been right in that room, mad, on the bed with them.
Not mad in that room like you were part of this. It's a square. You're gonna be the one who like Raven.
Yeah, Raven. Somebody got like Raven.
It'll be me. Raven. Raven has a DR. She says, Johnny was telling her prior to the season that he's going to use this as an opportunity to build a relationship with her, to become stronger with her. And
then he got on there and started fucking around with Reese.
He got on there and started fucking with Reese.
The thing is, he definitely got a type, don't he? Because they were looking just, it was like damn near twins on that damn bed.
Damn, it's the same color skin. Everything was, and they're both fine.
The rail they cheat. It was like they're like the same damn woman.
Girl.
I don't know. It would have gave. I would definitely be down to be a sister wife. No shade. It would
have gave sister wives.
It would have gave sister wives real bad, real bad.
So Raven said,
"Why beat them when you can join them?"
And I kind of feel the same way. But if I was Raven, I would have started fucking Narice. Me personally, I would have been like, you know what? I'm gonna get his ass. But anyways, Raven's like, she just needs to accept the fact that he wants Narice. He don't want her. And so Raven lets them know that she respects their relationship. Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want. I'm just here to win this money, honey. But me and you, Johnny and I need to, we need to focus on our relationship as a duo. We're a duo.
It definitely gives it seemed like that she came in with the perspective that they were going to be working on themselves for a potential relationship. Definitely. And knowing Johnny being a man, he probably made her think that. I don't give And now he's trying to act brand new, like he didn't say that shit.
Definitely. And she's handling it extremely well, which is why I was very disrespectful.
Because I would have been
How
going
she
off. This
said-
is MTV. This is the challenge. Me and Nary would have been fighting every episode until I sent out this guy.
You and Johnny would have been fighting. You don't need to be fighting with the other woman. You need to be fighting with the man.
Girl, like I said, this is reality TV,
Girl.
babe. I'm fighting with anybody in the room. I'm getting my camera time. Yes.
Like, I would have fought Laurel. I don't know.
What Laurel do?
Talking to my man Horatio. And for what? Like,
I forgot about that.
Later in the episode, she's in the background and somebody's having a conversation. It's a very important conversation. I'm looking in the background because Laura's with my man.
And we're gonna have to get into Laurel. And we gonna get into Laurel because Laurel messing with another one of my men. We gonna get into it.
So they in that conversation. Nerese has a diary room. She's like, honestly, I want to have a good relationship with Raven because if my man is your ride or die, then essentially my man is your best friend, and I want to be cool with my man's best friend. So I mean, hey, we gotta be cool.
And it's like, girl, no. Girl,
I will say what I like about it is that Raven hasn't said anything negative about Nerese, and Nerese hasn't said anything about Raven. And I mean, beef is over. Raven's gone. So with that being said, I kind of liked the way they handled it. A lot of the times, those girls would have like, girl, I heard they did fight actually.
Did they?
I saw Nerese's Instagram spiel where she was spilling the tea. They did. She said they did argue. I
mean, I can't blame her. I'm sorry, I would argue with Johnny too. No shade. I'm such a whore. I don't care. Yeah.
But at least I'll give credit to the editors. The editors didn't show that storyline. So that's good on them.
No, he said she done with Johnny. What did Johnny do?
He probably lied on his exit. He's a liar. Lied like a man would.
I don't know.
He could lie me down. He could lie to me. I don't know. Tori and Anissa talk. And Tori speaks about her situation with Jordan once again. And she tells us, the viewers who don't know, that she hooked up with Fessy 2 months after Jordan broke up with her. But we find out that Jordan specifically was the one who broke up with Tori.
Yeah.
And then we find out after that breakup, Tori 2 months later to get back at Jordan, fuck Fessy.
And it really, I guess it really hurt Jordan.
Allegedly. You know men, they just be lying. No, I'm playing. But so Anissa kind of has her DR about how she's here with Jordan, so she's gonna be riding for him, but also Tori's her friend, so she's gonna be riding for her. And how she's riding for both of them. She feels like they both have, because I guess she's the middleman in a way, like she's heard both of their perspectives. So she says they both have done healing since the situation, and that's really, really good. And then Tori talks about how it's important for people to, focus on their mental health and how she's on medication now and how that really helps with depression. And it's like, shout out to you because some of the girls, this is a Black-centered podcast. Some of the girls don't be focusing on their mental health. Me and Lee was just having a conversation about this. Like especially us Black people, you know what I'm saying? Like we need to start focusing on that because Tori's doing great. She just told us it was wonderful. So everyone should look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody go to therapy.
Like she's in a really, really good place. Like I feel like
she seems she is exuding positivity through the screen, honestly. And it's like I don't remember seeing Tori in like a positive way. Honestly, no shade. In the past, but this season I really like Tori. It's hard for me to not like Tori. Like this season,
because who really like other than Jordan, there could have just been so many things that she needed to unpack and things like that. So it's good that she's in another place. And it definitely gave a quick little, if anyone needs help, definitely reach out. Like, okay, I'm like, it turned into a commercial real quick. They ate that up. But we love an advocate. We do. And then she says she sees Fessy as a living, walking mistake.
Yeah. And he is just that.
He can be my mistake.
Lee, I'm gonna need you, and y'all, let's clear it up. Lee is a Fessy, stan.
I've always liked Fessy ever since BB20.
And me, I've never liked Fessy. Since BB20, I was never a fan, never a stan like that. I was more of a Haley.
Fessel.
No, I'm not calling that man by his name. He don't respect these women. I'm not respecting him.
Whoa!
He literally has a diary room later, and he's like, yeah, my hoes are here. And it's essentially, when my hoes aren't with me, they're with Horatio. Like, that's basically what the nigga said. Like, no, fuck you and your name. But the next scene is him trying to talk about his name. And I will say, wow, we're talking about the scene. Let me be respectful. So Fessy tells Casey that he wants to go by his original name because he feels like it's important to him. And he didn't specifically say as a POC, but I'm going to say it. As a person of color, it's important that you use your real name and you don't, dull your name at the expense of others, like to help others.
Exactly.
Like,
Especially because he is Arabic. There's not a lot of Arabic representation. We're talking about to Joseph about that, and it's really great because we definitely need to see more of that type of representation on television. Because thing like me, I've known him since Big Brother 20. I genuinely thought his name was Fessy. I knew his name was spelled Fayyfal, but I thought it was pronounced Fessy. I didn't know it was Fessel. And I remember like in BB20, Haley would sometimes say Faysal as like a joke.
Yeah.
But no one ever referred to him anything else but Fessy. Did it start in Big Brother? Like
it did. I heard him say Fessel. I've heard Fessel. No, I heard Big Brother say Fessel. Please go to the live room.
Yep, I have heard that.
Here and there. So I knew that his name was Fessel.
Where did you get Fessy from?
Fessy is his nickname. He has a childhood nickname. They called him Fessy as a child. So he just told everybody, you can just call me Fessy. It is what it is. Woo. And a lot of people of culture, people of color, people of culture is cute. I might start saying that. A lot of people of culture have names that the mass majority of white people aren't comfortable learning to say. Girl, I get calls every day with people calling people with the last name Win Njuin and Njiguin. That shit kills me because it's like it doesn't take nothing but one ass to learn to pronounce that it's Win. And then people act like pronouncing things is just so hard. All you got to do is repeat what the fuck the person says. If I say my name is Philip, you don't be like, is it Philip? I just said Philip. You heard me. Bitches act dumb.
It's like when Beyonce say Beyonce and bitches say Beyonce.
Like
please, dummies.
You hear her say her name, Zendaya.
Oh, I hate a Zendaya.
Zendaya ass bitch.
It's literally Zenday. Where you get Daya from?
Some people name are Maya, and that's Maya.
And I do know, like, for example, like Dayanara, that's pronounced like Daya.
Daya.
But I don't know, like, no.
I'm
not going to give an excuse to them.
Her name.
I'm not going to give an excuse to them.
She says her name. That's the issue. She said it, bitch.
Did say
Be for real. Anyways, Johnny has his little spiel on Fessy. Clearly, Johnny is also a Fessy hater. Johnny's a very jealous bananas, by the way. He's very jealous. He always have been. No shade. I'm so sorry. But he's old, so he can take it. He's 40. A lot of the time, he does these. What I remember is that he always, especially since he's become this kingpin, he be talking shit on the girl. Yeah. And one of the girls he doesn't like clearly is Fessy, because he called Fessy Messy Fessy, a messy sloppy bottom. And he feels like Fessy still is doing his little runaround with all the girls.
Yeah, because apparently, because he was with Haley from BB20 while he was doing the challenges, and then one season he decided to cheat, and it was it, girl. He was slinging that big everywhere, girl, everywhere.
Oh God!
And so Bananas goes through it. He's just like, clearly he's still Mr. Messy Fessy. So they literally show a montage of him cuddling with Michelle, cuddling with Laurel, he said he want to get with Annalise. He want to get with Colleen. And I just like, where's me in all of this? One,
please leave.
And two, why the fuck does Laurel get Fessy and her ACL, bitch? Why is she living my dream? Shout out to Laurel, bitch. Like, oh God, Laurel, teach me. God, I've seen what you do for others. Like, teach me the way, Laurel. How do you do it? She has great taste in men. Good God.
Great taste.
Good God. Shout out to Laurel.
You just keep saying it.
Because why is that not me?
The tea is, y'all, that it was a 15-minute interval between Michelle getting out of his bed and Laurel getting into his bed, and neither of them knew it.
Or did they know? They just didn't care.
Allegedly, neither.
I mean, the challenge is very messy. There's no way they didn't know about it.
I'm just repeating when the reset.
I'm
repeating it.
It's no secret. We all know Fessel has a swinger, and
is it a swinger or does it curve?
Hey, and
if Fessy could curve right in me, that's the thing. I'm not a Fessy fan, but if he said, "Get on your knees," girl. I'm on my knees. So the challenge is starting. They all pull up to the challenge. You know how I do. And this challenge is called Build Me Up. Mm-hmm. So you have to run all the way to the end. You have to run all the way. You have to run all the way to the end of the course. It's a bunch of barrels. It's 8 barrels. You have to take your barrels. I'm so sorry. If you're listening to the podcast or watching, we're laughing because Lee is texting me the craziest of things. Oh God, I wish we could say it. We can't. It's rude. So barrels. They have to get the 6 barrels, run them to the designated buzzers, and you have to stack the barrels up so you can climb on top of them, hit the buzzer. You got to do that 3 times, and then you got to carry each of the 6 big ass barrels to the end of the motherfucking thing. And we get Fessy who explains this. He also says big ass barrels. So clearly you can say ass on MTV. Sure.
Yeah, no, I've definitely realized there's a big shift in what swear words you could say on television and stuff like that, because they used to bleep out everything back in the day, girl. You wouldn't hear shit.
You wouldn't even hear shit beep.
Literally.
So Nelson once again he gets his pre-daily confessional. It's like I guess Nelson's not giving anything in the house
because it's literally just a confessional for production to play in his face.
Yeah, so he has his daily before the daily confessional. He says he admits he's a horrible partner and that he needs to be better than that. And then they mention the fact that he has not won a daily. 53, I think.
Yeah, Narissa's like, I'm happy to finally go ahead and get you a daily win.
And then they lose. So Fessy and Mariah are in the lead once this challenge starts. They all run down, and very quickly, Fessy and Mariah is so beautiful.
She really is.
Jesus. They
How
immediately
did they know her? Are they childhood friends?
Childhood friends. She called him Fessy first. I called him Daddy. So no. I gotta get out of that. Fessy's not for me. So they quickly pick up a lead on this heat because it's in heat. So in this heat, we have Casey and Kenny, Colleen and Kim, Mariah and Fessy, Tommy and Annalise flop ass, Nerissa Nelson, Tori and Devin, and Jay and Mercedes. So like I said, Fessy and Mariah quickly have a lead, and honestly, y'all, they never lose the lead. But what
Nerissa and Nelson do
I was just gonna say that. What's cute is Nelson and Nerissa are kind of on their ass throughout the entire time. I saw some type of progress with Kim and Colleen, but I mean, once again, they're going against some bad teams, low key, because Tommy and Annalise were never gonna win. I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. But honestly, by the end of it, Mariah and Fessy just ate it up. He ate all they ass up, and he could eat my ass. So,
oh my God!
What? What? So Mariah kept saying throughout the challenge that Fessy's words really helped her get through this challenge, and I thought that was really nice. And even at the end of it, when they finished, she was like, honestly, if Fessy wasn't my partner, I probably would not have been able to finish it, because he kept encouraging me, he kept telling me to go on, and that was really cute. Now let's get to Heat 2, because this is the Heat that I love to watch, because my mans are on this Heat. So we have Raven and Johnny, my man, number 1. Nany and Bananas, old ass. Amber and Chauncey, beautiful ass. Laurel and Jack, old ass. Olivia and Horatio, beautiful ass. And Anissa and Jordan. I mean, you heard what I said.
We ain't getting shit from Amber and Chauncey. What's going on with them?
Child, nowhere to be found. Maybe like one day they just gonna come and just take it over, you know?
Like, no one even talk about going after them. See, when your mother
and father. So I have written down Johnny and Raven are gone. Because when I tell y'all they were in the lead from the get-go, similar to Mariah and Fessy, they were in the lead. And it's like, it's impressive because they're rookies. They're not veterans. So it's like, ooh. So Horacio gets a DR and he says, honestly, the most important thing in this challenge is communication. Me and Olivia, we need to have good communication. And then we quickly see that Horacio and Olivia are in second place.
So it's like the two.
It's like y'all are in first and second place when Jordan and Anissa are here. Nany and Johnny are in your heat also, and you're beating both of them. The two vet pairs.
And you're the rookies, child. That's why the veterans are so scared. That's why they're so scared. Like,
girl. So Anissa talks about how she doesn't really want to disappoint Jordan, because Jordan is a beast, if y'all remember. And Jordan is partnering with Anissa, and Anissa is
not a beast.
Is not a beast necessarily. So we see that Jordan has an entire room. Jordan has a diary that if anyone needs to win, it's Anissa.
Anissa deserves her win. Anissa deserves her win.
And she hasn't had it when she's been here for so long, longer than she's like more of an OG than Johnny Banana.
Literally, Anissa's Anissa has been here since early 2000s, bitch. Like,
and I love a black woman from Infinity. I would love for
black.
Anissa. What is Anissa?
I think she's Indian. She may be biracial. I think she could be Indian and black.
You just took me aback.
Well, because I remember back in the day, who was it? Was it Beth? Someone probably came at her or something like that. And it basically came out. They were like, "Are you black or whatever?" She was like, "Well, I'm Indian." Like she's really ambiguous. I don't know if she's fully black. I know back then she was slightly apprehensive. I don't know. Her backstory is really. It's a lot
interesting because I always thought of Anissa as a black name, but now that you say Indian, Anissa could definitely be an Indian name. So it's like, ooh, that's so interesting.
She may be black. I think she is probably mixed with black, but I'm not 100% confident.
Well, I love a PLC from Infinity to
Infinity.
Period. So, if Anissa won, that would be very, very good. In my heart, it would be similar to kind of if Nany won. I feel like it's like they just are at a way like they like, girl, hurry up and win so you can stop coming back. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of how it feels. So,
but it's like at this point, it's like because I just feel like what would be even the point? Like the challenges have done nothing but get harder season after season after season.
Yeah.
Like if you ain't win yet, hey, I don't know.
It's so fat, y'all. I'm like, I tried to lean back, but my ass was just preventing me. It's so big.
Now, what thing I do with the challenge 38 episode 3?
Rabbit and Johnny are in first place, and Olivia and Horatio are in second, and Nany are in third place, kind of the entire time. And there's a point where when they get to the second pillar, Olivia and Horatio kind of passes up Johnny and Raven a little bit, and Johnny and Raven are like, "Oop, I think the fuck not," and they pick that shit back up. And Johnny's doing a really good job at encouraging Raven, even though Raven and Johnny are having problems a little bit. Yeah, but he's doing a really, really good job. So honestly, y'all, we just end up with Johnny and Raven in first, and Olivia and Horatio on their ass the entire challenge until Johnny and Raven just win the thing. And this is what I want to say. Actually, I'll say it later. But for me, I honestly just like the challenge for the social aspect of it and all the drama. But whenever I do kind of just take a step back and just like it for the challenges, I genuinely respect people who can win the challenges. So in my opinion, especially when they're rookies. So in my opinion, already at the end of this challenge, my favorite players this season are Johnny and Raven and Olivia and Horatio. So that's kind of why I'm upset by the outcome of this episode. Yeah. Because it's like, it's giving that, first of all, who went home this episode went home. And it's giving that Olivia and Horatio are just going to be right. Like, it's not going to be too much for them. And then, y'all, it's the same amount of teams since episode 1. Yep. And we're on episode 4.
And they just keep bringing in veterans.
So it's like, if let's say hypothetically Olivia and Horatio get out, they're going to get 20th place when they've been here for 4 rounds. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, so Johnny and Raven win. So we see that the top 2 teams are Fessy and Mariah and Johnny and Raven. And quite unfortunately, y'all, I was holding on to hope and faith and grasping at straws.
They needed it. Johnny and Raven really needed it, man.
Fessy and Mariah won the fucking challenge. And from this part of the episode on, Fessy will get no grace. Letting y'all know. So if you're a Fessy stan, good luck. Like, literally good luck. So we get a random diary room from Annalise and Tommy. I guess it's not random. But we get a diary room from Annalise and Tommy. Not a diary room. Annalise and Tommy are talking. Y'all see I don't pay attention to them. They're talking about how they're worried that they might go in because they did a bad performance in the challenge. Yeah. And also they are rookies. So Bananas is there and he kind of walks in and they're crying. Like weak ass bitches that they are. And Bananas is like, why are y'all crying? Like literally, why are y'all crying? He tries to be nice about it, which is cute, but it's like, no, why are y'all crying? Like, please be serious. So there's that, y'all. Move along. So we get the talk. We get the deliberation from Mariah and Fessy. So this is when Fessy lost the 2 inches of respect that he had for me.
And it's because, and I think, I honestly, I feel like this is going to happen when Fessy is in power because I feel like I don't know much of his challenge game because I stopped watching when he came on, but I do know him from Big Brother. And Fessy
The
and
decision maker.
making, and literally he says that his name means decision maker, and I'm not making that decision. And it's like we definitely see that comes to a head because he gets this power, and once again, it's just the same old with these players. They're like, oh well, we just gotta put the rookies in. We just gotta put the rookies in. We don't want to piss off any of the veterans, and it's like. It's just crazy because it's like, first of all, Fessy, you're barely a veteran. Please calm the fuck down. I know Big Brother had a pretty successful alliance in one of these last few seasons, but you're definitely not one of the main girls, and Johnny was saying that earlier. So I just feel like the idea for him to just go after all rookies on the basis that he doesn't even talk to them, when it's like, well, go talk to them. I don't know, I don't know. Do you talk to the veterans like that, or are you just consider a veteran because you played 3 rounds? From my knowledge, Fessy has only been to 1 final and he hasn't even won any.
Correct.
So you want to go after these rookies who have just as much possibility of beating you. Like, you have more possibility of beating them when you know you can't beat some of these veterans that are here because they beat you before.
What pisses me off is that he's trying to explain this to Mariah like she's a dumbass bitch. And he says, well, we can't be putting in people who are going to win daily, because then they can put us in. And then the first thing out of his mouth are the 2 people who got 2nd and 3rd in this daily, and also have gotten 2nd and 1 and gotten 2nd place in the last 2 dailies. So because you're just saying whatever. Just say you want to put in the rookies. How about that?
What's annoying is that this is just the same cycle that just keep repeating itself. And it's annoying because it's players like Fessy who I just feel like, I mean,
it doesn't benefit him, and
it doesn't benefit him enough. Exactly. Like, you went through the same stuff, so you're perpetuating the same energy, and it's like, this doesn't help you. You're not going to win a challenge this way. Like, you're not winning this.
Think about
all of these people here who are better than you.
Anissa and Jordan are here. Johnny and Nany are here, and Laurel and Jack are here. Why do you think they will prioritize you over themselves? Also, Tori and Devin. That's 4 teams that might prioritize themselves
and then
over you.
This whole deliberation was so annoying because they go Raven and Johnny. The only basis are, well, the house would hate us if we don't put them in. Girl, fuck the house. If the house want the rookies in, they're going to keep throwing the rookies in. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he should go in there and put in Banani, Laurel, and Jack, and Lisa and Jordan. You know what I mean? But it's just like going after the people that everyone is going after. I just feel like, is that not reality show 101? Leave the people that everyone want out here.
And I feel like he could have at least listened to himself and said, how about not the rookies who are actually winning comps, because they can then save us. I feel like a smarter move, and I don't play the challenge, but also Fessy is not somebody I'm competing intelligence with. No shade, but I feel like the more intelligent move could have been if he told Olivia and Horatio, and he told Johnny and Raven that, look, everybody wanted y'all in, but I didn't want to put y'all in. And he just did the 2 other teams he did. And he could have been Jay and Michelle weak ass because they haven't won shit either. And he could have put in another team, Amber and Chauncey. He clearly don't fuck with Amber because him and Amber have beef because she turned on the thing.
But she's not the person that the house hates. It's who all the house is going. It's not even the house. It's not even the fucking house decision. That's just pissing me off. It's like, this is the same bullshit. This is what caused these challenge seasons to get so dragged out and so boring, because we see the same people who have to fight every single. It's just annoying. It really is just annoying. I don't know what twist can be thrown in and just switch it up, because this this is what gets annoying about the challenge, because it becomes groupthink. It just becomes, well, we're all doing this one thing and you guys are on the outside. It's just so goddamn and it's like, who is Fessy to be the person pushing this? And this is why I hate, like I said, in these women and male pairs, it's always the man who mainly talks for the team. So even when they're going to the teams, Mariah's like, oh, I like them. And he's like, well, that doesn't matter. I room with Olivia. I like her. That doesn't matter. They have to go in. And Mariah was like, well, I mean, I guess they have to go in. And, Fessy, he knows more because he's played before. And it's like, no! Fessy is dumb as hell.
And you should know that. You was right or die.
Fessy don't do nothing but think with the head on the bottom. And it's probably just as big as the one on top. No shame. But neither one is thinking straight.
So we get to interrogation, and I really don't like the interrogation part because nothing really gets said. They talk to Colleen and
nothing at all.
Said. They
talk to and also because the rookies, they've come to the realization that they don't have to go in all the time regardless.
So Tommy and Annalise, they kind of do this little Big Brother-y pitch, and they're like, we want to work with you regardless. Even though you just said our name, as long as you don't put us in, we want to work with you. And Tommy reminds me of, who does he remind me of? It doesn't matter. Tommy's not that good of a player because I feel like he would be talking to me and I would be like, you're just saying whatever. Like, please shut up.
It definitely gave Tommy thought he was back in Big Brother. We are numbers for you. We would have never went after you, which I do feel like he was saying some pretty good information. But I mean, what can y'all opt for? That's the thing.
Can y'all win a challenge? Can y'all win a daily?
Exactly. The difference between I feel like putting in Johnny and Raven and Olivia and Horatio, like they can give something back to you in return. Tommy and Annalise can't provide you with shit. And my thing is, he really thought the Big Brother shit was gonna stick together. Fessy don't give a fuck about Big Brother no more. Fessy and Casey are the challenge girlies now. I don't give a fuck about no damn Big Brother.
Oh, girl. Big Brother is over. You're too late. Y'all are late to the party, please.
Mm-hmm.
So, Johnny and Raven talk to Fessy and Mariah, and Johnny pitches that if you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. If you just don't choose us, then we won't be choosing you. And essentially, if you do choose us, if we come back, we will be choosing you for no reason when it doesn't have to be you. It can be the people who we were actually targeting because we wasn't targeting you. Loser. So,
and it's like Fessy is like it's crazy because like he's still trying to like in all of the interrogations he's trying to make it like you're looking we all have to do this and we came here to compete and whoop and it's just like oh my god.
So he has a DR and he's like I don't want to piss off the vets and if I gotta
like that's why I just hate that it's literally based on you don't want to piss off the vets. Stop being a pussy.
Who cares?
Are you winning the game? No.
Literally. But if I'm gonna put in all rookies, I at least want to get out a threat. And it's like you're just so contradictory because earlier you said we need to not put in anybody who can win a comp because then they can save us. But now you're saying you want to get a
that can win a comp.
Yeah, he should have been more specific, I guess. So and now he's saying he wants to send out a competition threat. So we know basically now that Raven and Johnny are going to be his target. We move. So after this, we pull up to the club. And in the club, we get a Big Brother scene.
Mm-hmm. Tommy and Annalise is playing Big Brother again.
So,
I will say, like I said, it really is interesting because it's like I will say, in general, Big Brother players they definitely always bring just a little something extra into the game. I feel like the little strategy that the challenge does have was definitely pushed heavily by Big Brother being added.
Yeah, definitely. So Annalise and Tommy come up with the concept, the idea that they're going to tell Colleen and Kim and Horatio and Olivia the same thing. So they talk to Colleen and Kim first and they say, we're not putting you in if we get the dagger. And honestly, we feel like you shouldn't put us in because we can have your back. Also, those other two teams, they got each other's back. We can have your back.
And it's like, hold on, child. The Dan Giesling and Tiffany Mitchell jumped out real quick.
Please, the Tommy Brock.
I'm saying it was working. It was working because Kim had that.
They were eating it up.
They have big hearts and we love them and we're gonna keep them safe. And it's like, okay.
So they do the same thing to Horatio and Olivia has a diary room, and she's like, I trust the fuck out of them. So honestly, I feel like they're not lying to us. I feel like they're going to keep their word. And honestly, we should probably keep ours. And it's like, ooh, y'all kind of, hey, I don't know.
Do you think this was even a smart strategy to do? Depending on it, I mean, considering what ended up happening, it's only 3 people. Is it smart to promise both of them safety in this manner? Because you are going to have to screw one over if you get it, and that's exactly what happened. I feel like honestly. They were going to be picked anyway?
That's what I was thinking. I feel like they really didn't have to worry about it like that.
Or they didn't have to go. They made sure that they made both of them feel like, I love you so much. I want to work with you. You're special to me. I'm going to save you. And I think that's what the issue is. It's like, you ain't got to do all of that now.
I think they went overboard. I think they could have just had a normal conversation with both. Or I feel like they could have promised Colleen and Kim. And instead of promising Horatio and Olivia, they could have just been like, oh, I love y'all so much. I really hope y'all don't go home, and left it at that. I feel like making the 2 definite, bold promises is what makes it.
And then they really sold it saying like, I want to be a man of my word and we want to be honest and truthful. It's like, damn.
Lying the whole time. So this is when we get a conversation between Johnny and Raven. And
Raven is obviously drunk. I just want to say.
Definitely. And Johnny is like, honestly, Raven, maybe it's just time that we just need to prove ourselves. You know, we just got to go in and prove that we deserve to be here.
And Raven is like, so you mean you just want to give up? You just want to go in?
And Johnny's like, I didn't mean that. And
so what are you saying?
They start arguing a little bit. And Raven eventually just like, honestly, Johnny, you just haven't really been a good teammate to me. And I just want you to know that if we do end up losing, that I
don't like how you played the game.
I didn't like how you played the game here with me. I didn't. You embarrassed. Did she say he embarrassed her, or did she have?
She said she embarrassed me. You made me look like a clown. And he was like, "What? What are you talking about? You made me look like a clown."
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, definitely very drunk. The words were slurring. The head was bobbing. Child, she had a cup in her hand. And Johnny definitely was like, I don't know if he'd been drinking too, but he was trying to talk her down. It's like, baby, just walk away. It's not going to register right now.
He did make her look like a clown because according to her,
yeah,
he said that he was coming in here to work on things with Raven.
And he never denied that he said it. I'm pretty sure.
He has not denied
it. I bet my bottom dollar.
Not in the DR, not out the DR. And then before they even got into the house, he started fucking with Nary. Like,
on the plane to the Wayne, he was fucking with Nary.
Like, that's crazy. And I feel like Nary, I mean, Raven is, of course, she's upset about that, but she also does have some like teammate merit with that.
Oh, okay.
Because
I was gonna say she clearly is in love with him too. I think she really likes him a lot. It definitely gives.
And I would be too. And I would be too.
And I definitely would be too, baby. I understand. I get it.
And so she has a diary room and she says, honestly, I just wish Johnny would comfort me and hug me and give me that dick and spin me over.
Basically,
and I do too, Raven. I do too.
The guy gets, I mean, all you gotta do is ask. He probably just do it.
He probably would.
But I say she doesn't want to share. See, I'm a whore, I'll share. Let me stop exposing myself, child.
Speaking of drunk people, Tori goes and she talks to Jordan.
Oh no!
And
yeah, she
was very drunk.
Yeah.
Tori especially was very drunk. But Tori, you know, she got that liquid courage. She was like, "Let me just go up and talk to my ex." So she talks to him, and this conversation is very just deep and raw. Their conversations is ooh. But Tori is like, "I just want to talk about what the fuck that was because I didn't know you were coming. You willingly, knowing that I was here, chose to come to see me. So just what's the tea on that? Because when we ended the relationship, you made it seem like you just fell out of love with me and da 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 da." And Jordan was like, I mean, no. And she was like, yeah, that is what happened. Yeah. Like I was here for the long haul. I was in the car, strapped up, seatbelt on, gas on the foot on the pedal at full throttle, and you just zoned out. You fell out of love with me. And you put me to the side, and it made me feel abandoned. I felt abandoned by you. It's like, ooh, those are words. So she's crying, and she says that honestly, like that breakup, it triggered her little spiral that she had, and she just started crying, and she's like, honestly, Jordan, like I'm sorry, and she started apologizing to him,
and he started crying too.
And he started crying, and she's like, I'll always have your back, and it's like, ooh, but they ended it off with I'll always have your back. And he said, I'll always have yours. And they hugged. So it ended off on a good note. It was a good conversation. We'll see how it goes from here on. Because they're going to be in the house. Well, they could be in the house together for a while. Mm-hmm. I was in the house with Jordan. I'd have to been over. So after this, we go back to the house. And at the house, Colleen and Kim have a conversation. And their conversation is about their decision on if they get the dagger, and they kind of come to the conclusion that they do really are leaning towards trusting Annalise and Tommy and just saving Annalise and Tommy if they get the dagger. But Colleen wants to confirm with Fessy because Colleen really likes Fessy, and this hurt my heart because Fessy does not.
It's not shit.
He does not give a fuck about Colleen for real, and
at all.
It's just disgusting and dirty. So Fessy, I have written down. Fessy has a diary room that Colleen is one of his hoes. He did not say that.
Basically.
But he basically said that. He had a diary room.
He literally said she's one of the women I'm trying to pursue in this house.
She's one of the women I'm trying to pursue in this house. And it's like, you are horrible. And he didn't even like bat an eye. Like, why are you trying to pursue multiple women? What are you doing? So Fessy ends up telling Colleen, like, by the way, y'all aren't my target. Does that make y'all feel good? And Colleen's like, that makes me feel so much better with. After this, we get a scene of Horatio and Laura outside talking. First of all, Laura,
we get a scene of Laura talking to my man, and she needs to back up.
Right. And quick. And we see Fessy is just as jealous as Lee. Because Fessy has a diary room, and Fessy says, I mean, Horatio, he's sweet or whatever. Like, he's cute or whatever. But
like, he's boyfriend number 2.
He's boyfriend number 2. Like, any women that I don't have time to give my energy to will just go to Horatio. And that's not only like, disrespectful to all the women. That's delusional, too. Because, babe.
One.
Because
I'll take y'all both.
I was gagged on Horatio. I was gagged for Horatio way more than I was gagged for Face Out.
I'll gag for both of them. I'll gag for both of them. But this is the same energy Fessy carried in Big Brother 22. The only way he got out literally one of his closest allies is he feel like he wanted his women. And it's like I said, you thinking with the wrong head. He thinking with the wrong head.
It's insecurity. Because if I saw Horatio walking around looking like a man, I'd be insecure too.
No shade.
So,
the gag is Laura is playing both of them because she ain't no man and smiling in his face, and we all know Laura wanted Horatio first.
Laura is good at picking men. She wanted who? Horatio. So Horatio has a diary room, and he says he feels amazing, and he looks amazing too. He says he feels like Annalise and Tommy will really be genuine about picking him and saving him. So he's very excited to, for tonight because he feels like he's going to be safe. We get a Johnny diary room, and Johnny's like, I'm ready to compete, but I don't know if Raven is ready to compete because they just had an argument. So, child, we get to the zone. Get me out my zone. At the zone, we have the decision that Fessy and Mariah have to make. This is crazy. Anyways, girl, they choose Johnny and Raven. I'm not finna make it.
Nobody was gagged.
Nobody was gagged. So Johnny and Raven are going in, and then everyone has to pick their daggers. And Annalise and Tommy, fake ass, get the safe dagger.
And it's like, and then I feel like
Annalise is shook.
I definitely
what
caught
are we gonna do?
I definitely caught that this was going to happen because it's like, ain't no way Tommy and Annalise getting this much damn screen time. Ain't no way they getting this much screen time. Something important must have happened to them.
Mm-hmm. So they end up choosing to save Colleen and Kim. So not only was I feel like their strategy a little bit overplayed, I feel like their decision was wrong. I feel like they probably
this was very dumb on their
part. If they save Horatio and Olivia, Johnny and Raven can win the duel. Now you have two teams who will never put you in and can win dailies every single round.
And then also with Horatio and Olivia and Johnny and Raven still being there, they go in before y'all at all times.
They're dumb. Now it's likely
like Colleen and Kim can't do shit for them. Colleen and Kim literally can't do nothing for them.
Nothing. This was stupid. I think they were thinking we got to make sure 2 threats are going in, but these are not 2 threats.
They don't have to think in that. Exactly. All the threats are their allies. Like it literally made no sense to choose Colleen and Kim in this position at all.
Colleen and Kim should have went home this episode if Annalise and Tommy weren't the literal dumbest people on the show.
And I think this would make the decision even more dumb. This would make the decision dumb. At least the person you backstab need to go home.
And they didn't. And that's another thing. The person they backstabbed could have went home. Like it would have been a win-win-win.
It would have been a win-win-win. You kept 2 big threats of the house, and then they really would have looked like strategic masterminds in that bitch.
Right. You would have kept 2 people who could have won a daily and not put you in. 2 people who are bigger threats than you, and you could have got out the person you backstabbed. Instead, Horatio and Olivia are not talking about. I mean, we could put in Tommy and Annalise because if you recall, Fessy and Mariah didn't put in Horatio and Olivia. So they don't feel backstabbed by Fessy and Mariah. They kept their word. Yep. So now, if Olivia and Horatio do win, which they got second in this fucking one, y'all are going home. Bye. Just like that, because y'all are fucking dumb. They have no ties to you. They have no reason to save you. But
dumb.
So, we see that the challenge. We see. I was like, did I tell them who they chose? We see that the challenge is hall brawl, double decker.
Double decker hall brawl, basically.
Double decker hall brawl. So, the players on the bottom will go first. They have to push this bar that's in the center of the hall, and the person who ends up pushing the bar to the opponent's end will release the top player's door first, and that will give them the advantage, right? So, we start off, and Johnny and Horatio are on the bottom, looking like fucking God.
Men. Wow. Oh, they look great. They're
on the bottom, but I should have been on them. So they're on the bottom, and and they should have been fucking me.
Oh my God!
This is so sad because I just want both of them. So, anyways, y'all, they was on live the other day. Whew. Lee, you don't know this. I was on TRK, right? I was on our Instagram, and I joined their live, and I started putting trains in the comments. I think Horatio saw because he started laughing in the middle of Johnny's like sentence. I was smiling. But
why would you do that?
So anyways, and it's giving train. Choo-choo. So Johnny and Horatio, they start. And so they run real fast and they smash in the middle. And they could have smashed me in the middle. So they're in the middle and they're trying to push back and forth. And honestly, Johnny just looks bigger muscle-wise.
Yeah.
So I was honestly surprised that Horatio was literally on this nigga's ass. Like Horatio got the leverage, and Horatio noticed. He's like, every time Johnny tries to shove me, he moves his feet.
And he just kept slipping back. Like he had no he was not sturdy at all.
It was rigged because this is my theory. My theory is they put oil in Raven's shoes and on Johnny's shoes because they wanted them to lose. So I think it was Bananas. I think Bananas went in their room and slicked them up with baby oil. I do.
Not to sabotage.
So Horatio ends up, after he notices that Johnny keeps struggling, he ends up getting leverage and pushing Johnny towards the end. And Horatio is going to win this shit up. So Johnny's at the end struggling. He's trying to keep his grip, but he doesn't get it. And boom, Horatio ends up winning that round. So that means Olivia's door opens up first, and Olivia comes running. So she goes really, really fast. But surprisingly, honestly, Raven catches the bar when Olivia tries to push her ass. And I was like, okay, Raven, go, girl. So Raven actually does a good job at trying to prevent Olivia from just winning. And then her shoe starts slipping off. That's the
her whole shoe popped the fuck off. It's like, damn.
Why are your shoes off? And then she said,
they weren't tied.
And they were tied. That's what pisses me off. What size shoe did y'all give this lady?
Girl, they played in her face. They see.
So Johnny's trying to tell Raven, you got this, girl. Please.
But her shoe was literally off.
Her shoes was literally off. So she ends up losing that round. And that means Olivia and Horatio get 1 point. So Raven has a DR. And she's like, honestly, y'all, I'm playing for myself at this point. I don't want to play for the team. It's for me and my $1 million. So I want to win for myself. And so that I can win this money, honey, because it's fuck that boy Johnny. And it's like, ooh. Mm-hmm. And Olivia has a DR, and she's like, I'm so sorry for Raven, because I'm finna whoop that ass. And I love Olivia. So we get to round 2. And in round 2, Olivia and Raven are on the bottom, and they're gonna go first. Mm-hmm. So we start off the round, and boom, why is Raven's shoes off again?
Again.
So at least she got to the middle.
Really handed Raven her ass this elimination.
They got to the middle, but Olivia was handing Raven her ass, and Raven's shoes fell off, and Olivia ended up
put the shoes on, baby.
Right. So Olivia ended up opening Daddy's cage first. So Daddy comes running out very fast.
That's 2.
Horatio. Horatio comes running out very, very fast, and he launches the fucking bar towards Daddy too. What's his name? Johnny. But Johnny catches that hoe.
He did.
Right before it was over. He catches the fuck out of it. And so they're stuck there for a minute. And Johnny's scraping the sides of the wall.
He almost lost.
He was almost out. On the brink, the cusp.
But child.
And then out of nowhere, Johnny was like, I'm not going home. He got him that muscle started popping out.
He put some in his step. He literally just started walking Horatio to the other end.
And he walked Horatio like a dog.
And he could dog walk me.
And he could put me on a leash. So Johnny ends up literally launching Horatio to the other side of the thing. Horatio's like, damn. And then Johnny wins. And Horatio was like, damn, I don't know what went. I just lost it. So we're at 1-1. It's 1-1.
Whoever wins this next round, they win it all.
Win this next round. So round 3, and quite literally, this round started off just bad. So round 3 starts, and Johnny and Horatio are on the bottom again. And like I said, y'all, Johnny was sabotaged. So
but what's hilarious is that when they start, Johnny literally slips, and then they go into commercial. So they go into commercial with you seeing
Johnny on the ground,
slip.
literally.
It's like, well, damn, we know who lost.
So Johnny is literally slipping because they sabotage him, put oil on him. But he gets up in time, so he blocks the bar from going immediately.
Yeah.
But that wasn't
I
enough.
just like he lost a lot of momentum from that slip.
He was on the ground. He literally had to stand back up and hold the bar at the same time. It was bad. So Horatio ended up winning that pretty damn
really
fast.
quickly. And then child Olivia giving She-Hulk bitch when her cage went out, the way she ran to that bar, literally it was over in 2 seconds. She knocked Raven back
Raven
to her
clean the fuck out. Raven almost flew off the
her
damn
shoes came off again.
She knocked Raven off her boots.
Off her rocker, child.
So unfortunately, y'all, my literal favorite team of the season, the best team performance-wise so far, is out of the game. And it's like, this is the challenge. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, the only good team performance-wise is out, other than Horatio and Olivia. It's like, this is just boring and bland, and I hate it. So Johnny and Raven are out, and Olivia and Horatio have a DR, and they're like, Tommy and Annalise, that's gonna be your ass.
And it's like, it really sucks because it's like, I feel like Olivia and Horatio are definitely due a win. And when they get it, it's like, are y'all gonna really waste it by putting in Tommy and Annalise? And it's like, honestly, it's Tommy and Annalise's fault, but it's like, child,
might as well fuck them.
Keep your enemies closer, I feel.
Nah, they bitches. Fuck them. Because that's the thing. In my mind, it's kind of like, I mean, we're going to lose this season anyways. Like, Horatio and Olivia, we're not going to win. So might as well gag the girls. You want to play in our face, we'll gag you because we're going to lose anyways. Whether we put in all the vets or not, they're going to target us regardless. And if we put in all the vets, instead of putting in like a Tommy and what's that girl name? It's like, that might be a better move. We could make a deal with the vet. Hey, y'all, we know we're newbies.
That deal ain't going to last past a week. Let's be real.
It's not going to last at all. But I mean, they're going to put you in anyway. So, I mean, fuck it. Who cares who you get out at that point?
Yeah.
So we see Nerese have her little goodbye diary room, and she's like, damn, my man got to go. And y'all, outside of the house, Nerese is not a fan of that man.
At all. She hates the storyline. She wishes it would stop.
But till the end of his exit, she is still standing by her man. And
I will too.
Johnny has the most, like, this diary room from Johnny made me feel like you just an ain't shit nigga. Because he has a diary room. He's like, the producers are like, Johnny, you got any final words? And he's like, oh, Nerese, shit, I almost forgot about her ass. But no, I'm just kidding.
He was like, yeah, edit that out.
That's why. Edit that out. Be for real. And then he was like, Nerese, I'll see you in California when you get home. I really, really can't wait for us to link up. Call me when you get home. And it's like, that's the type of shit the nigga who I'm in love with tells me, and then he breaks my heart. Like, please stop. Like, don't do this.
I'm just saying, Johnny,
like, I'm gonna cry.
My life, and I would allow it.
Lee, no, you know that heartbreak you're gonna feel.
I want it. I want it.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You don't.
I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Nerese and Raven seem
Do you want heartbreak or do you want your ass to be broken?
Both.
All right. And with that, y'all, make sure y'all tune in to next episode when we will talk about the same amount of fucking teams. God damn.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's Veronica and Darrell coming in.
Expected to be a fucking hour, and then the episodes are an hour.
Why are they bringing in another player?
Like, y'all, please save us. Please save us. We're gonna be stuck with y'all forever. Check out the challenge videos. Check out our Survivor videos, and check out fucking Amazing Race. Like, please, we're begging you. We're getting no views. Thank you. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Bye. The fuck. We still here. Still rolling. Rolling.